Key elements of cash flow statement. Net cash provided by operating activities. That is the lifeblood of a businesses. Your operating cash flow is negative, please don't lend it. Please remember, please make a note of it. If your operating cash flow is negative, please don't lend it right now. Wait for his operating cash flow become positive. Changes in working capital. Right? How he is managing working capital. PPE. What is PPE? Plant, property, equipment, investment. Right? How the company is invested in plant, property, equipment. How the fixed asset is productive. Right? Financing requirement. How much surplus he has got. These are all the three key financial statement in notes. Right? P&L, balance sheet and cash flow will give information to the certain extent, but also please go through significant accounting policies which has been used. You can able to understand whether financial statement quality, how it's been built, direct information, breakdown of type of investment, how much he has borrowed, indirect informations, right? Any other information which affects the company, and also please look at inventory, his stock, intangible assets, what is his commitments, because these are all the 3, 4, 5 elements which will be very, very critical for evaluating the credit proposal. It's not just 5 or 6 financial ratios which will define that credit proposal. PPE, plant, property, equipment, yes, he's got a good asset, whether he is paying income tax, statutory guidance, not only income tax, GST, all these things, contingencies, right? What is his compensation plans? So all these things which will help us, right? Let us go through that key performance indicators. I have given only for few sectors. If you are evaluating the credit, what are all the key performance indicators which you can look at other than your key financials? One is banking, right? Customer retention. These are all the key performance. If you want to evaluate the bank, please evaluate. Why I am given the banking? You don't give a loan to other bank. But when you are analyzing the sectors, what you need to look at? Customer retention, asset quality, capital adequacy. These are all the key parameters. Same way, each segment, there will be key parameters. For example, retail. What is retail? Your more or any of the retail supermarket. What is his capital expenditure? What is the store portfolio? Expected return on new stores. Same store, like for like sales. Sales per square foot. Square foot in the sense, he has taken a 3000 square feet. As he getting a sales per square foot. It is not per customer. Right? It is not per customer. Please evaluate how much scales per square feet or meters which you need to do. These are all not as per financial statement. Right? What I am saying is, what I am insisting at, please don't look at only income statement and balance sheet. Go beyond that. Go beyond that and look at. Then only you can able to understand that particular credit proposal and you can able to evaluate better. Right? Right. So what we need to do? How do we evaluate? The first step is collect and verify data. Do on your groundwork on P&L and balance sheet. Reconcile net worth. Check gross capital expenditure against fixed asset. Check whether ending balances are consistent with the balance sheet. This is very important. Ending balances, closing balances are consistent. Right? And then you do a ratio and complete the cash flow. I will repeat again. Collect data, analyze, do data messaging, do analytics. Analytics in the form of P&L, cash flow, reconcile net worth, right? And fixed asset, right? And also look at gross capital expenditure, also look at the closing balance sheet values, right? That is very important. right? If you are following above steps, what will happen? You can estimate excessive unqualified risk to the lending bank. If you are doing all the things, what you are doing is estimate excessive means additional unqualified risk or unquantified risk. Please remember, there is a concept called black swan. What is black swan? I know what I know, no problem. I know what I don't know, no problem. I don't know what I don't know, biggest problem in your life, right? So we should know there is a risk. You can remove all unquantified risk, right? And then establish credit requirement as document, as collateral, as margin. Establish credit requirement based on actual cash flow, right? Enable banks to fully evaluate and understand customer credit worthiness, right? Also, please understand your bank credit structure requirement. Very, very important. Understand your own bank credit policy. You evaluate the customer, no problem. Understand your own credit policy of the bank. Go through your procedures, go through your, the circulars, analyze, and based on accurate risk assessment, please do that, right? What are all the 5 statements? Income statement, balance sheet, net worth, and fixed asset reconciliation, and key ratios. These are all the 5 statements which we'll always look at. Please look at important points for credit evaluation. What are all the important points? Profitability is reflected in the income statement. Profitability, number 1. Efficiency, number 2. Reflect both balance sheet and income statement. Efficiency. Number 3, leverage, financial leverage, operating leverage, and other liquidity ratios. This all revealed in balance sheet. 4th one, when analyzing the above group of ratio, the analyst moves beyond analysis of income statement and balance sheet alone. Right? I will repeat 3 things. One is profitability, that is available in income statement. Second one is efficiency, which is available in balance sheet and income statement. Third one is leverage. Leverage means how much he has borrowed already, how much is equity, right? Financial leverage and other liquidity ratios. These 3 are very important. If you start analyzing these 3, right, as a credit manager, you will not look at only on the bottom of a P&L, right? You will also look at other stuff. When you look at efficiency, you will also see your management capability, your people's competence, new product launch, and pricing, promotions, brand, customer retention, quality of businesses, all these things which you can look at, right, by doing that. Right. Let us understand competitive business. Determine which of the following businesses are competitive and which are not. Why? Right? I have given you few examples of such sectors. One is oil production. Do we have a competition in oil production? Probably yes. But how many competitors are there? Very few. Why? Because of capital intensive industry, oil production. Now, if I wanted to start a bank, I cannot. If I want to start oil production, I cannot. But if I want to start a small restaurant, possible. Ocean shipping. Is it a competitive industry? Maybe. But high risk business, high capital intensive business. Do you think a person who is just working in some organizations can resign and start a ocean shipping? Unless until he has got a good experience on the particular industry, he cannot do that. Cell phone. Right? It is again difficult. Electricity, airlines, coffee shop. Coffee shop is highly competitive. Right? Anyone can start? Probably yes. Right? So each industry, what I am trying to say, each industry has got different profiles. It is not unique in nature. Some of the ratios which may fit into oil productions or ocean shipping will not fit into coffee shop. Some of the analysis which fit into airlines cannot be fit into ocean shipping. As a credit manager, you will get all type of proposal. You cannot say, no, no, I am specialist only in home loan. You cannot say, no, no, I will be a specialist only a gold loan. Right? You cannot say, I am a specialist only auto loan. Right? As a credit manager, especially on the corporate credit, institutional credit, you will get multiple proposals in a different profiles and different value. Right? So, as a credit manager, it's not just understanding your financials and balance sheet is not alone sufficient. You also should understand the global picture about the industry, about the sector, about the economics. Right? The war between Russia and Ukraine will impact your credit proposal. The recent visit to Prime Minister to US will also have some impact in your credit proposal. GST implementation will also impact in your credit proposal. Demonetization will also have an impact in your credit proposal. 2000 rupees withdrawal, it will also have an impact in your credit proposal. Every move, probably 0.25% increase in repo rate, that is also have an impact in credit proposal. So you should look at not only factors of financials, it is also look at the global picture to evaluate how your credit proposal play a vital role. Right? Right. Composition of borrower's asset and liability and how the borrower fund its asset. Important point you need to look at. How the borrower fund his asset, fixed asset. Whether he put his money and buy the machinery or he borrow and buy the machinery. How he is doing it. How much support the shareholder provide in the form of capital. Right? That is critical for us. Right? And the borrower capability. The borrower capacity to meet the current obligations, the trends in the balance sheet. These are all critical for the businesses to do that. Right? Ratio analysis. I already told you, there are three ratios. One is for profitability, leverage and efficiency. When I talk about profitability, the people always talk about, return on investment or return on equity or return on capital employed. These are all old school of thought. Please look at return on person employed. We call it as ROPE, ROPE. It is not return on capital employed anymore. Capital is abundant in the world now. People are willing to invest in the businesses. No problem. Are you making a return on each person you employed? Because one side you have a technology, other side competition, other side the bargaining powers of buyers, other side the demand for suppliers. All these four elements will kill the businesses. What you need to have is good people. Return on people employed. The person who manage your competitors, marketing. The person who manage your customer, right? Relationship building. The person who manage your supplier. The return on person employed, ROPE, will play a vital role. And efficiency. How efficient the organization is. Right? Loyalty is gone. Right? People will not stick to the brand. How efficient you manage. How efficient you position your product. How efficient you manage your inventory. How efficient you manage your customer. Right? The requirement of the customer is growing and growing. Today, I am speaking to one of my friend. He is doing a financial services. He says, they not just advise on where to invest. They will also take care of any contingency in their family. Right? They will also take care of any emergency requirement in their family or individual. The just advising on the financials is gone. Today, the people are willing to service on a multiple way. Right? How efficiently we manage. Right? And leverage. Most important, financial leverage. Whether how much he has borrowed, how much he has bring the money. Right? All these things are critical for us. Right? Let us look at few ratios. One is current ratios. I am not going deep into that formulas and numbers. I am just trying to give you a broader picture. What are all the ratios you need to look at? Current ratio and quick ratio will talk about your liquidity. Right? Liquidity is very, very important line of thinking for a credit manager. whether the organization is highly liquid, has got a liquid money for repayment, right? Your current ratio is more than 1, it is good. Quick ratio is nearly 1 is good, right? Efficiency, how quickly I can turn around my inventory, right? 3 to 4 times of inventory turnover is extremely good number, right? Payable turnover, right? Receivable turnover, how quick your collections, right? Receivable turnover and your current ratio is extremely good. You don't have to worry about your credit proposal. It automatically get through, right? Profitability. Don't look at only ROA and ROE. ROA is return on asset. ROE is return on equity. Please look at interest coverage ratio. That is a risk management. Whether the organization has got sufficient cash flow to pay your interest, whether the organization has got sufficient cash to pay your principal. Interest coverage ratio, that is very important. Finally, leverage, debt equity, right? Debt equity, if it is more than 1 or 1.5 or 2, that means over borrowing. Borrowing is good only at certain level. The organization managing business only by way of borrowing, that means something is wrong, right? Something is wrong. It's not right. So we need to look at the leverage. So please look at, these are all the few ratios, very, very critical. One is current ratio or quick ratio, the efficiency in terms of inventory, receivables and fixed asset turnover. Fixed asset turnover is very important for the proposal like school, colleges, Kalyan Mandapam, nursing home, all these things. The fixed asset turnover is very, very important because they invested a lot of money, right? Are they getting sufficient businesses? And when they construct a plant, rice mill or a small factory, cement factory, how the fixed asset turnover plays a vital role. Are they efficiently run, right? Some years before I visited one factory. The factory has got a good capacity to produce. I asked them, how many shifts you are running it? Sir, we'll be running 1 shift, sir. I said, why? Because we don't have an order to produce. What is your capacity? Capacity to produce some 1 lakh units in a year. How much you are producing? Sir, only 40,000 units I am producing it. Right? It is the absolute crime on that particular businesses. It's not even meeting 40% of the total capacity. Sir, my balance sheets are good, sir. My income statements are good, sir. I am doing lot of good things. I am making good profit. You are doing good profit. Okay. What is your investment? Investment is for 1 lakh capacity. How much you are producing? 40,000. Why? No order. Why no order? Because you are not selling. Why you are not selling? There is no demand. Why there is no demand? Because the customer preferences are different. Your pricings are not up to the mark. You are not meeting the market demand. Who knows this 40,000 capacity will come down to 20,000 on next year? If he is having a capacity of 1 lakh and producing for 1.2 lakhs, then putting additional manpower to produce, that means your fixed asset turnover is extraordinarily good. Do business, do lending business, acquire customer who has got capability to exceed these KPIs. Please remember, very important point. Do business, acquire customer who has got ability to exceed these KPIs. What is KPIs? Key performance indicators. If he is not, goodbye. Or increase collateral, increase margin, put risk management, put lot of conditions, safeguard your interest, bank interest first. I am talking about interest means the safeguarding of bank is first. Next only customer. I can put it in other way. If you all okay, I can say protect your interest first. When the account become default, no one will come for rescue. Please remember. Before giving a loan, 10,000 people sign it. Say, good proposal, good proposal. Customer come to your cabin every day. 2 times phone call and ask you for a cup of coffee. Call for all these things. When you give a loan, you will start making a call to them. Before giving a loan, he will visit your branch. After giving a loan, he will start visiting his office. He will start visiting his home. He will start finding his native town. All these things will happen. For our job is to protect your interest first. Second is protect interest of the bank. Third, decision on giving a credit. Right? Today, people come back and say, what is banking? Banking is no longer saying that collecting money from the public for the purpose of lending and investment. That time of banking is gone. Please remember, banking means risk management. Please remember, banking means risk management. Manage risk. Credit proposal means not giving the loan disbursement. Managing credit risk. The definition of giving loan is changed. Giving loan means not a disbursement. Managing credit risk. Customer can default anytime. When I was in bank, we are given a loan of 5 crore. I am giving a classic example. We are given a loan of 5 crore against bill discounting. The customer want to buy a computer for LIC, Life Insurance Corporations. We said, okay, LIC, he has got a purchase order. We wanted to discount those invoices. We discounted for 5 crores. One time disbursement. Done. February month. Given the loan. The first, we discounted 5 crores and given. All the purchase invoices of LIC has been submitted to us. Purchase order has been submitted to us. Everything is perfect. Purchasing of computer from LIC to from this fellow, 5 crore, we have given the loan. Finish. February, I still remember, February 22nd, we are given a loan. March first week, the customer defaulted. 5 crore. Customer absconded. We are unable to trace. We went to Anna Nagar to his home. Everybody is there except him. Document was there and everything is there. Then 3 days over, 4 days over, 5 days over. Then we called LIC trying to find out the computers all reached and find out the address given is Kolkata LIC address. We called Kolkata LIC and asked them. The LIC manager talked to me and said, he has talked to me personally, and said, sir, are we mad to buy a computer from Kolkata to Chennai and come from the small vendor? He has just told me like that. Sir, your purchase order, we have invoices, all are fake. All are fake. I am talking about 2006. Is exactly some 18 years before. All are fake. That time we don't have much of KYCs also. All are fake. Then, bank, whenever this kind of fraudulent activities happen, vigilance, all these things are come. Then we wanted to secure collateral. The collateral documents are fake. What is next? Go to the police. File the complaint. 2 people lost job. Protect your interest. Protect your interest first. I am not giving a threatening information, but evaluating the credit proposal. First job is to protect interest. Second job is to protect bank interest. Third job is to look at how do we manage this credit risk. When I say evaluating the proposal, is not just giving a loan, managing credit risk. Managing credit risk. Please remember, customer can default any moment. You are just walking on the rope. We collected all the document. AML is okay, sir. KYC is okay. All collateral documents are perfect. We have taken 130% of the collateral. Still the customer is defaulting. That is what is going to happen. That is what will happen. So we need to secure our interest first and then do that. So do all this analysis. That is the reason this objective of this seminar is completely based on those line of thinking. Not just analyzing the P&L and balance sheet. Right? Cash flow analysis. Company may be profitable, growing in sale, but the cash generation from income and non-cash expenses may be sufficient to repay the bank. Please remember how much cash they have. There are times the good businessman not making profit, but still he is having a cash to repay. I have seen good customer. One side I have given the examples of bad customer. I have seen another customer who are very bad in terms of making money, profitability. Still he is honored all his commitment to the bank. He never failed. He failed in his business, but not in his obligations. We have a customers. For that, he has to have a cash. Cash is a king. If he is generating sufficient cash, no problem. If he is having an intention to pay, no problem. Right? Please ask these 3 questions. Whenever the proposal comes, please ask these 3 questions. One is, how cash is generated? Through operating, through investing, through financing. How cash is generated? With that cash, repayment is possible. Right? What is the intention of borrowing? You want to borrow for expanding the businesses. He wanted to borrow money for, launching new product, or he wanted to borrow for paying existing loan. What is the intention? What is the long-term sustainability of business? Whether the businesses will stay for long term or not. What is the threat? Please ask these 5 questions to any businessman before you start taking his first paper. These are all the 5 questions you ask him straight away. Sir, what is your cash generated last year? We call it as CGU. What is CGU? Cash generating unit. How much cash is business is generated, operating? Good number? Fine. With that cash, he borrow. Can he repay? That is what the second question. What is his intention of borrowing? That is the third question. Right? What is his long-term sustainability of businesses? What is his threat? Right? These are all the 3 questions or 5 questions you must ask before taking the first paper from him. Right? Right. What is the mantra for good proposal? Right? One is cash and cash generating possibilities. Right? The second one is, intention to repay. Third one is attitude of the borrower. I may have a good intention. If I don't have attitude, right, then it will be a problem. Right? Attitude bring, discipline. Discipline brings success. Right? You all know the Socrates student is Plato. Right? You all know Socrates student is Plato. Plato's student is Aristotle. Right? Aristotle's student is great Alexander. Right? Alexander conquered the entire world. You all know. Right? Alexander said, right, without the guidance, without the mentor, without knowledge, without directions, he has not succeed. Will not succeed. Right? So you as a bank manager, right, next to 20 years of banking, the services are pending, or 30 years or 15 years or 10 years, whatever it may be. Right? Banking is challenging. Banking is no longer, it is a easy profile to manage. The challenges are increasing. The customer requirements are increasing. Right? Demand from the management are increasing. The target pressure is increasing. Work pressure is increasing. To manage all these things, you all need to, my personal suggestion is to enhance your knowledge, enhance your capabilities, be, I can say, more informative than the borrower, be more informative than the customers, and succeed in your career. Right? We as a Nesto, right, we bring lot of success to the people. Right? The people all say Nesto means success. We feel Nesto means people. We feel Nesto means knowledge. We brings knowledge. We table it, all our facts and figures, which is helpful for their career. We support, build wealth, knowledge, career, interest for the people. Right? So, thank you for joining. Right? And with that, I give my closing remark. And it's a great time for last 1 hour. Thank you for patience listening. And what can I say, in a Sunday afternoon, 2:30 with the hot sun, you all come around 40-45 people who are joined this meeting, right? Thank you so much for that. And we wanted to do this kind of a seminar every month to build knowledge, build career, interest, information, all these things. Our next upcoming seminar is, we wanted to do build wealth from 1 rupee to 1 crore, right? How to do that? That is what our next seminar, which is planned on next month, right? That is done by our leading investment analyst, Mr. Vijay Kumar, who is also managing, 500 crores of wealth across globe. And we are requesting him to take us through how to make, or how to invest in a right way, right? Build wealth, right, for our future success, right? Thank you so much. Success means next